In the next few minutes, I'm gonna show you why Hollywood blockbusters and your website need the exact same thing to succeed, and why ignoring it is costing you tens of thousands of dollars a month. For 30,000 years, humans have been hardwired to focus on one form of communication. It's not features, it's not benefits, and it's not even testimonial. It's stories, but not the ones you think. One of my clients' websites had a 0.8% conversion rate. They had all the credentials, the testimonials, and the fancy design, yet they were still losing to competitors with templates from 2015. Then I implemented Donald Miller's StoryBrand framework. What happens next should change how you view every piece of marketing. Their conversion rates tripled, but here's the kicker. I only changed less than 100 words. Every movie that's grossed over $1 billion has the exact same story structure. An ordinary person faces a huge problem who meets a wise guide and gets a special plan from them, and they nearly fail, but then they end in success. Your customer is living in this story right now, but 99% of websites cast themselves as the hero, not the guy. Here's the strategic insight that changes everything. Your customer is the hero and you're the guy. Think about it. Your customer wants you to guide them to victory. Pull up your website right now and count how many times you say we, us, our. Now count how many times you say you or your. If the first number is bigger, you're literally paying to talk to yourself, because your visitors, they've already left. Here's what's happening in your customer's brain. Your survival mechanism is asking these 3 questions in this order. Can I trust this? Is this for me? And how can this help me? You have 10 seconds total to answer these 3 questions. Not to impress them with your awards, but to enter their story. So the first thing that every story has is a character. This one character is your customer and they have one desire. Your website must answer who is it for and what do they want. The more specific your messaging is to your character, the more they feel seen. Next, your character suffers with a problem. Now they have 3 different layers of problems that they suffer with. An external visible problem, an internal problem, a hidden feeling that they suffer with, and a philosophical problem, a deeper truth that they suffer in. To put in perspective, the external problem is what they Google at 11 p.m. The internal problem is what keeps them awake, and the philosophical problem is what they believe in. For example, an accountant's client's problems might look like this. Their external is they need tax help, their internal is that they're terrified of an ATO audit, and the philosophical is that they shouldn't fear their own government. So how do you implement this? You just put this into your website. For example, in your headline, it might be stop fearing the taxman and pay what's fair, not a penny more. Next, your customer meets a guide, and the guide has a 2-part formula. The first part is empathy, making your customers feel heard, knowing that you've been there. We know what it's like to work twice as hard but still watch your competitors win. If you can make an empathetic statement, this can build trust in your customer towards you. Next is your authority. This is the part that most websites get right. The testimonials, the awards, the I've conquered this before. But most websites make this critical mistake, and I don't want you to make it. If you lead with credentials before empathy, your customer won't feel understood. Next, this guide gives the hero a plan. This plan has to be kept simple. A confused customer does not buy. Your plan must be 3 steps max, clear, no jargon, no slang, easy to understand language, and achievable. It should feel easy enough to be like, you know what, I can do that as well. Even if doing business with you means 21 steps, can you simplify that down into 3 concise steps that are easy to follow? For example, book a call with one of us, implement our solution, and watch your sales skyrocket. The plan isn't about impressing them. It's about removing the fear of complexity. Next, you need to call them to action. Your call to action isn't just a button, it's a doorway to transformation. For example, replace contact us with start your transformation today. This will get your customers more involved and more willing to take action. Next, the success vision. Paint a picture in your customer's mind of what their life could look like if they do business with you. Really get specific and in detail with it. For example, imagine it's 90 days from now. You check your phone over morning coffee and 5 new quality leads overnight. Your calendar is booked out for another 2 weeks and you raised your prices by 30% and no one even blinked. And that holiday you postponed for 3 years, it's booked. This isn't manipulation, it's clarification of what's possible. And finally, what are the stakes? Your customers must know the cost of inaction. They need to understand what happens if nothing changes. For example, every month you wait, 20 to 50 potential customers choose your competitor instead, not because they're better, but because they're clear. Great marketing isn't about being clever, it's about being clear. You don't need a fancy website, more traffic, better SEO. You need to stop being the hero of your own story and be a guide for your customer. You came here for a way to increase conversions, but you got something more valuable, a framework that that works for everything. Your website, your emails, your sales call, your social media. The ancient tool storytelling isn't just about marketing. It's about connection, it's about serving, and it's about finally being heard. Here's your action plan. Download the 7-part framework for free with the link below this video. Spend 20 minutes fixing your homepage and watch what happens within the next 7 days. If this transformed how you see marketing, hit the subscribe button below. But more importantly, go and implement. Your future customers are searching for a guide right now. Will they find you or your competitor?